So I debated whether to give this intro to this short story that I wrote a long time ago, 20 years ago, um, after I just got divorced. So I had to go for a ride today into the city. It's an hour each way. And I'm glad I did. It gave me, some time to have this conversation with myself, about exposing your underbelly. It's not easy for me to do, but I feel that as a writer, I feel like two things. You're entitled to the truth. If you read my stuff, you're entitled to the truth. But I don't know. You get older and you realize things you just thought were god awful. If people know you'll die, you don't die. You get over it. You move along. So I was divorced, and it crushed me. I mean, it just. I grew up in foster care. I grew up an orphan. I mean, I can take it. And I think that that was one of the worst things that has ever happened to me because it's like it says in this story, it's not fair. Divorce isn't fair. But it happens. I thought it happened to other people. No. So anyway, I won't blab on here. But at the time, I was divorced. I was hurt, and the only way I could, I had this guy thing going on where you just don't walk around talking like this. You're going to come out like a sissy. But so I thought, well, I'll just put it into words, and I did, and I put it into this short story. All right, so that's what this is about. I'm sorry if that is a maudlin or a dumb intro, but I feel like I had to tell you that part. All right then. Shelley spoke loudly into the phone as she walked across the room. Mommy will be home shortly, dear. Reaching a patch of empty hallway near the bathroom doors, she hushed her tone and hissed into the phone, "You'll get paid when I have the money." "I don't know when that will be." "Then sue me. Go ahead. Fine." She slammed the phone shut and sighed deeply, her eyes focused on the dingy gray wall in front of her. They were going to turn off her phone any minute now. She hadn't made a payment in months. She wasn't sure how much more of this she could take, but she knew that for the sake of her daughter, she would take as much as the world wanted to dish out because she was one hell of a good woman. The song 25 or 6 to 4 blared out loudly from a table jukebox, and she cursed herself for not lowering the volume of those damn things when she came on duty. "Bill collectors," a voice behind her said. "They try to shake you up. Don't worry about it." Embarrassed, she did her best to muster a weak smile and nodded. She looked into the main dining hall. If he heard her, did they hear her? Oh, God. If they did, she would just die. "So, I see you're not wearing a wedding ring over there," the man said. Each word was taxed by the strong, near guttural accent heard only in the valley. Her heart sank. She was in no mood for this. "But I see you are," she snapped. Surprised, he looked down at the gold band on his finger and he said, "I guess I should take that off, huh?" She stared at him for a long time. Unbelievable. She sensed he was not being sarcastic or coy, and there was this look of sincere questioning in his eyes. But no one, she reckoned, could be that stupid. "If I were," she said, "a cheating piece of scum, I would take it off." He recoiled, stung by the words, and they lit into him one by one like little burning arrows. "It's not like that. It's not like that," he said, almost shouting. But he didn't shout because that wasn't his way. What do you say? How do you say? I'm separated and not divorced yet. It's just uh, taken. It's not what you think. He threw up his arms and looked to his left. I guess I jumped the gun on that one. I'm sorry. I'm with this picking up women thing. She can tell that his words were honest. They were honest words spoken by an honest man. "Well, you laid that on with a trowel." She smiled, but the words came out sounding harsher than she had intended. And because he was looking at the floor when she spoke them, he missed the adjoining smile that came with the words. "I didn't mean picking up women in that sense. What I meant was, he threw his hands in the air, totally and completely defeated. I work with my hands. He showed her his palms. Words to me, hey, forget it. I don't know. I'm sorry. She felt sorry for him. He was a human being in deeply over his head, and he had resigned to drown. He seemed like a nice guy, and he was handsome, but look, she said softly, I'm really flattered and all, I am. But I don't date guys who are separated. I'm sorry, there's just too much baggage with all of that. I'm really sorry. Sal stood up to his full, considerable height, mustering what little dignity he felt he had left, and bravely said, No, 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 hey, 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 no problem, no big deal. I understand completely. In fact, that's a smart move. Embarrassed, he stared across the aisle at the homely, heavy-set young lady in a red dress who seemed to be hiding herself in the booth in the far back. Look, she started. She said, racked with guilt for the treatment that she had given him. Look, I'm not being mean or anything. It's just that. No, 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 I understand, he said with a smile that she liked instantly. It was a good smile. Separated people, they got what you said, suitcases like that. Oh, no, I got baggage. Yeah, they got luggage, you name it. They got that, he said, trying to cooperate with her. She stopped leaving for the first time since he spoke. It just seemed like a decent thing to do. He needed to talk, and I don't know, she felt compelled to listen. I hate the singles thing, he said, more to himself than to her. At my age, and after 15 years of marriage, you just feel like you should get some sort of seniority rating, privilege, rank thing. But you don't. You just have to start all over again like everybody else. And I want to start over again, but I don't want to start over again. Do you understand that? She had to laugh. She understood it exactly. Oh, brother, she said with a wave, believe me, I do. And she was glad now that she had stopped leaving, that she gave this man her attention. He didn't hear her anyway. He was talking to himself out loud. The thing is, he said, never moving his gaze away from the pictures. I don't know what happened. Over the years, things steamrolled, and the next thing you know, bam, boom, the entire situation just went too far. She barely waited for him to finish the sentence because she needed to say something about the last thing he said and about the thing he was saying now. Yeah, yeah, she said. And you don't know how to make it stop or get him back to where it was. You don't know how to do that. So you're dug into your points, your principles on making him try to understand that you don't hear the other side anymore. You want to go back to what things were, and you can't. And you know that even if you could, it would never work and things would never be the same no more. You just want it all to go away. We went through so much together and most of it was his fault. Still, when it's over, you're shell shocked. And at the same time, you feel like the whole world sees you and your failure. They fell into a comfortable silence, for a couple of seconds, each staring in different directions. But it was okay. He spoke up first, but without looking at her, he said, I regret everything. For these past 2 years, that's all I've done. Regret, 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 and regret some more. I think the problem is that that you can get so caught up in regretting the past, you start to forfeit the future. What I resent is that I'm an intelligent, capable person, but I'm in this place that I don't understand. I don't know. I think I'm in over my head. I'm confused. You mean about life? She asked worriedly. No, no, no. I mean, divorce. It doesn't come with a roadmap. Neither does life. But you wish it did, though, huh? She smiled at him sympathetically and said, Listen, about divorce and making sense of it, I can tell you from my own life, you'll never understand why you got divorced. You think you do, but you don't. And if you spend too much time thinking about it, you become a slave to trying to understand what happened. So when you give that up, you start thinking, will I ever love again? He waved away her concerns. Yeah, sure you will, he said. I hope you will. I really do. I do think that if you have enough in you to suffer from love, then you got enough in you to love again. I'm not a smart man, but I know what you mean about thinking too much and about what happens and all the harm it causes you. Yeah, you're right. What I regret so much is the harm I've done to my daughter. I may get over this, but she may never get over this. She's with my wife, which is good, which is good. She'll bring her up better than I ever could. But I gotta say, she poisoned my little girl against me, and it bothers me. And I think that, like, every 5 minutes I go over that again and again. Why would she do that? I don't mind that she declared war on me. Fine. I do mind she drafted my child into this battle. You know? They live across the country. I don't know. Things just kind of dissolved. I never thought this would happen to me. I always thought that divorce is what happens to other people. When there's kids involved, there is really no such thing as no fault divorce. You know what the most hurtful thing is that was ever said to me? My little girl says to me one day, "What about your love?" And I said, "It's over, princess." And she says, "No, daddy, I mean me. I'm your love. What about me?" I got to tell you, it was like a knife rammed into my stomach. And every time I think of it, it's the same knife and it's the same pain. I don't know, like divorce is like this amputation that you survive, but there's less of you. You survive, but there's not as much as you as there was the first time. He stopped and whistled. I think my ex is crazy. I know my ex is crazy, she said, and added, "You're easy to talk to." Yeah, you too, he said. It's nice to get things off your shoulders, huh? Hey, look, you're busy and I'm here, I'm rambling on. No, 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 she said, it's okay. An easy silence fell over them again, and he said, I live alone. It's very hard to me to be alone. I live with my daughter, she said. She's a teenager, so it's sort of like living alone. I don't do well alone, he said. I'm a people person. I come from a big Italian family, people all over the place. When I was a kid, I used to wish for just 1 minute in the bathroom without somebody banging on the door going, "Hey, what happened? What'd you do? Fall in?" Now, it's, I don't know, just me and it's just empty. I know, she said. You die a little bit from it, huh? Will sound like strong words, but I believe that. Inside of my heart, I do. It kills a little part of you. I try to take one day at a time, but sometimes, several days they just come out and they attack me all at once. I guess what I'm saying is this, Sal said in some firmness. To live without being loved or giving love is not really living. It's just like you're surviving. And frankly, I'm scared. I'm man enough to say that too. I don't care what people think. I'm scared. No shame in honesty, she said with a smile. She liked this human being. He was a lost soul, but he was a good soul. I'm scared too. I mean, it scares you when you think that you could end up dying alone in a room or something like this. I'm getting to that age where if I dated someone half my age, I'd be breaking the law over here. I don't feel older, but I have noticed that all of my friends, they start to look like they're middle aged. She sighed and she said, what kind of world is this? I mean, who's in charge? Who do I talk about this? Who makes these rules anyway? He replied, if you're in a crowded elevator and you say, I hate so and so and I wish he would die, everybody laughs. But if you say, I'm sad and I hurt and I need a hug, everybody moves to the corner of the elevator. Trust me on this, I know. She was nodding in agreement. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I agree with you. It's all too easy. I think the problem is that we believe in this divine right of personal happiness, the rule of self love to be enjoyed without effort, no matter what the cost to others. But what makes us think it's so enlightened? All it does is give you the okay to withdraw from any relationship the moment our happiness appears to be in some sort of trouble or not perfect. That was beyond his pay grade, but he liked her. She was nice. For the first time in months, he felt his shoulders lower and loosen a little bit. Still, he said, you wonder sometimes why you try. You know what I mean? We keep coming up empty-handed. I'm not getting no younger, but I keep it at it because I think that someplace in this world is someone for me. That I have a lot to offer. I'm a good man. I think. I don't know. I try to be. I'm honest and I work real hard. I'll tell you that. And I always try to do the right thing. That's the secret in this life. Do the right thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking for redemption. That's not the right reason to meet somebody to prove you can do it. Do it right the next time. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just stupid. What do I know? No, she said quickly. I don't think you're stupid. I think you're brave. I think you're daring. I think anyone who keeps trying when they fail because they're certain in what they believe in is a very brave and noble soul. Unless, it involves stalking someone or something like that. That's just weird stuff. Thank you, he said. It was a nice thing for you to say. You know what I miss, she asked. I miss watching movies with somebody. Watching movies alone, it's just not the same. I miss movies. Well, look, Sal said, you like movies. I like movies. I don't know, maybe if you're interested. Yeah, she said, I like that. I would like that a lot.